Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Thursday, March the 21st. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions for me, you can use this email address. Forget that link, please. The link for the new trading room is here. Still don't have the button set up that you can log in from our website or from the channel bar. Hopefully maybe by next week. But at any rate, the link is here for the new trading room. Not that link, but in the body of the email you're getting. And I open the room at 9 o'clock. That's when I start to share my screen. Get live on the mic at 9:05 and go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. All right. Well, what a day in the market. Let me show you what I did pre-market. And then we'll get on. Now, first of all, when I say what a day in the market, I haven't seen a day like this for a while. You know, you can see, right, I mean, this is the opening 15-minute candle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost 2 straight hours up on the 15-minute before we get that little tiny red bar there. Then a resumption. Now here, if you're in the room, you know I say, well, this is probably the area that it's got to hold if it's going to resume. And it looks like that is holding. And now we're putting in another green bar. So I mean but I can't remember the last time I saw a 15-minute chart almost 2 straight hours up without any red candles. So we had some really interesting moves today. But let me show you what happened for me in the pre-market with Tiger. And now, by the way, this is something. Now I'd like to think that maybe this will be allowed for our users to be able to change the watermark. You see what I've done here? It's right now it's a custom code I'm using. It's not an option. It's but maybe down the road they'll put it in as an option for you guys to do the same. I did this because people in the new trading room were saying it was a little bit difficult to see my charts and all, and so I asked the guys if they could maybe do something about that. So they gave me a code that I can use that basically was able to change not just change the color but darken it up. So don't ask me for it, okay? Don't ask me for it. I cannot give it to you. But maybe down the road they'll make it available so that it'll be easily user defined. So anyway, look at Tiger. So Tiger was an IPO from yesterday. Did very well. You know, it closed. I can't remember what the actual IPO price was, but it closed high right there. And so I actually got up early this morning. I'm on the West Coast, but I got up at 3:45. I wanted to see if I could get an early trade. So I looked at this one. I thought, you know what, this is pretty good. This is holding its own. Bottom line is, I took this trade twice. The first time I got stopped out flat, and then the second time I took it, I think, right about there. And then as this was happening, I think I ended up taking a 10-cent loss right before that candle. Okay, you know, that went from 11:31 all the way down to 10:47. So it was excellent timing on my part to only take about I think it was about a 10-cent loss the second time I tried to get in. And so that's what I did in the pre-market. Unfortunately, I was so involved in that, I saw that this little SPI, I mean, their only news was that they finally completed this acquisition of about a 2 megawatt solar something or other. I can't remember what the technical term is, but excuse me, but it's a 2 megawatt solar farm. And I was really concentrating on the Tiger, and look what this did. I mean, once it broke this right there, 380, I mean, it got as high as 730 in the pre-market, or once the market opened, and then it really collapsed. But you know, so it's one of those things. It's one of those low floaters, 3.2 million in the float. I think a lot of people in the room were able to take advantage of it if they were trading in the pre-market. However, let's get to the one that really helped me a lot, and I think helped a lot of people a lot. Excuse me, SRNO, SRNE. This came on, and as I was saying in the room, the ones that were down big yesterday and recovering today, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I wanted to test this out, and I was given the code mid-market, and so I had to reboot Trade Ideas, and consequently I've lost all my early, I don't see all the early alerts. SRNE was way earlier than that. But what I was saying, though, is that stocks that were down big yesterday and putting in a recovery today, obviously, in theory, should do well on a day that the market is doing this. So we were able to concentrate on that one a lot today. So with the Sorrento, I actually took a loss the first time. I got into this at 417, right about. I guess it was right. I was right about there. Now I should also point out the fact that the 200-day moving average is at 210. So 410. So I was waiting for the break of the 200-day moving average. So I got into it at 417. So I got into it right about there, we'll say. And then it did this. No, I didn't wait for all that, but I ended up taking a 6-cent loss. I got out at 411. Once it broke down, once it was really looking like it was going to test that SMA, the 200-day SMA, and I thought, well, I'll get out. I can always get back in. And you guessed it, that's exactly what I did. Got back in at 423. Right about here. Yeah, it's a little earlier than that, but that's good enough. And then look what it did. Now, actually, I got out. Yeah, I got out right around this one. I got out at 445. Sold most of my position at 445, and then on the way back down. But just goes to show, though. I mean, obviously, if I just held my position at the beginning, it would have worked out okay. Except I would have been gagging on this. I mean, there's no way I would have held on to that. But anyway, it just goes to show, though, that you can take a small loss and always get back into a trade because commissions are so cheap. There's no excuse for allowing something that you get into here and thinking, well, okay, it's going to hold here, it's going to hold here, it's going to. Then all of a sudden you end up taking a far bigger loss than you really had to. The other one was TME. Now, TME, I got it way early, and I did it kind of on purpose. TME was another one of these that was down big yesterday. Take a look at the daily on it. See, it was down big yesterday on earnings, and then it's recovering, and then it was starting to recover today. So my plan, but it's funny, I really thought that I didn't think there was that much room in it. Let me get back to the 15-minute. So I ended up getting into this one at, let's see, 11:20. Excuse me, I got into this one, 11:20, 17:20. I wish 11:20, right about here. And I said I was going to scalp it, and I did. I literally took 10 cents out of it. I got it out at 17:30. I know a lot of people held on, and it obviously gave a little bit more. I was thinking that it might stall around 17:55. But I had already made, quite frankly, I did a very, good job for me personally on the Sorrento. That this, anything else I was going to do for the rest of the day was just kind of gravy. And so that's what I did with the TME. And that's it. I mean, that's really all the trading I did. There were so many good ones from this one. Check this out. Look at FTDR. So for me, not the astonishing, but the interesting thing, very interesting, is that saw this in the pre-market. So of course, when I'm doing my pre-market work, I'm always checking the news. Okay, why is this moving like this? Is it earnings? Is it some kind of news? Well, they did a financing, and they basically raised $500 million, $500 million, 16.75 million shares at $30. But look what it did. It didn't even get below the financing price. And then since then, it has just absolutely been on a tear, a little minor pullback. You don't often see this. I mean, if you don't understand what I'm talking about in terms of the financing, of course, the company's raising money. And typically, if you're an existing shareholder, they're raising money by issuing new shares, so your position is being diluted. And most of the time, the price will fall down below the offering, which was 30. Okay, most of the time. Every now and then you see something like this, and that even showed up in the down big yesterday and crawling back today, and for another tremendous gain. So that particular window was on fire today, helped along, of course, by the way the SPY was. Now tomorrow, if we get a day and the SPY is moving down constantly, then I would anticipate that the up big yesterday, but moving down today, will probably work a lot better. These obviously work. These two windows will work very well in a trending market. If the market is moving sideways, we're not going to get spectacular moves. We'll get moves, but probably not spectacular moves. But in a trending market, I mean, boy, those two windows produce so many great alerts for us today. So anyway, that's about it. Definitely want to get back into the room, as I say that every day. But I am. I'm keen to get back into the room, see what's happening, see what people are talking about. So I will bring back my capture program. Any questions for me? Here's the email address. Forget this. Okay, just I'm going to put an X through that. You'll see the link for the new trading room in the email you're getting. I'll open the room tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So have a great evening, everybody. Bye-bye.